Greetings, everybody. Welcome in. It's Wednesday. It's Monday. I usually host these on Wednesday. It's Monday, January 25th, and we are live. It's 8 a.m. here where I'm at. It's 10 a.m. Eastern. We go live every weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And today I am guest hosting Wake Up Legendary. So welcome in. We're pumped that you're here. Let me sit up in my chair a little bit here, shake out the shoulders. All right. It's still early here, but we're up and at it. So good morning, Lori, James. What's up, Jim, King, Colin, Zach, Brenda. What's happening? Randy, Mark's in the house. Carlos, good to see you. Felix, Pat, Shani, awesome. Hey, if you can hear me okay, is my audio coming in? I always want to do an audio check. If it is, just give me a little thumbs up or a heart or something. Lets me know that I'm coming through okay. Hey, we do these, if you're new, we do these every single weekday, Monday through Friday, rain or shine, holidays, doesn't matter, every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you can't see them live, you can see them as a replay. You just go to legendarymarketer.com/live and you'll see all the replays. So today we've got an awesome guest. English is not his first language, and that's okay. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. We love it. And he said he's a little nervous, so I'm just going to bring him in. Ignacio, is it Ignacio?
Ignacio.
Yeah.
Also, it's Nacho at TikTok.
Yeah, I love it. Yes, and I'll put your TikTok up. I love the play on words there. I love it. So, guys, if you want to see him on, we'll put this up again later. But if you want to see him, it's Nacho. That's so much easier for me to understand. I love nachos.
Yes.
It's just,
It's weird because here all the Ignacios are called Nachos, but I don't see the similarities. But they call me Ignacio because of that. So no one else calls me different things. So
I like it. So you're in Argentina, right?
Argentina, South America, Buenos Aires, to be exact.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, right on. I've never been. My college roommate was born there, but not in Buenos Aires, but somewhere in Argentina. I don't remember the town, but anyway, so I got a decent education on Argentina, and also love Argentinian food. So
yes, it's awesome.
Yeah,
we are most known because of football, like soccer. You call it soccer.
Lionel Messi.
We call it football. Yeah. It's like.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I love watching Leo. Okay. So as much as I could go down that train, let's go down a different train, the business train. Tell me a little bit about, or tell us a little bit about yourself. So you could start as early as you'd like, but just give us a little background on, here's where I grew up, here's where I went to college, here's my degree. I know you're working with certain gaming stuff now. Just give us a little background and then segue us into how did you and why did you go online?
Okay, till this point is an 8-year journey. Well, I grew up in Buenos Aires. I went to college near home, to high school, sorry. And then at some point I got really interested in filmmaking. So I went to film school.
Okay.
And I graduated with an A+, and I never used that degree, absolutely, for nothing. I worked in the film industry for a little while. Like, I made short films, I directed short films, and I work on advertising, music videos, and all that. And that was cool, but here in my country, the film industry is really, really closed. So it was really hard for me to find a place there. So in the middle of that, I needed to work because I needed to feed myself. So I find a job in the international airport in Argentina. It's a very long story. I spent like 7 years there, almost 7 years there.
Wow.
Since I was 17 till I was 23, and that environment made me shift my mentality on about what I wanted to do. If you have, I don't think you have because of your phrase, your expression, but if you have any experience of working on a place like that, is that I got in with being 17. For me, it was like leaving high school and getting into another high school. And because I was surrounded with young people, they were like all between 17 and 30, you know, and that can be a mess really quickly, because you are surrounded with people that the only thing that they have in their mind is like party, let's go to this bar, let's do this. You don't have to wait for the weekend because we had our days off were in the middle of the week, so you can go out on Tuesday night. You know, you get exposed to many different things at that age, on that environment.
Yep.
The wrong things.
Yep.
Well, that made me think that at some point I had to change something. I had to do something. So,
how long ago was that?
It was I left the airport in 2012.
Okay.
The same year I started to date my actual wife. That year, I don't know if it's related, but that year my mind was like, you need to change something. So I started to search online what I could do. Actually, the thing that made me reevaluate a lot of things was because I was in the film industry. I was preparing a project about a movie. That movie was The Social Network. So after watching that movie, I think many entrepreneurs relate to that movie. I had no idea what that movie was about. I had an idea it was a Facebook app, but I didn't use Facebook. So I watched that movie, and you can say it is a great movie. It's an awful movie. I loved it because I read the message behind the movie. The message was that it doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter where you are in war. You can make something from nothing if you just put your mind to it. So for me, that was the message.
Cool.
And from that point, you know, I watched that movie and was like, yeah, I could, because it's something with me that if I focus on something that is new to me, I geek about that till I get the point that I can understand it, and I can, you know, I can teach it to someone else. So I started to learn how to code after watching that movie, and not because he was coding on the movie, but because I thought to myself that there must be another way to do things. So at that point, that year here in my country, like startups were blowing up, and everyone wanted someone that knows how to code. So I started to code. I told myself YouTube training courses, and at some point I got a job doing on my actual company, the one that I work right now. I got in as a tester, as a QA. I was testing websites, programs, and all that. So I spent like 2 years learning how to code. On that process, I thought, what if I can create something on my house, like on my free time, coding?
Yeah.
So I started to create video games because I love video games.
Cool.
I started to create apps, websites. So that was like my very first steps to creating something from nothing that can set me free in the future. But I didn't see it like that at that point.
And did you learn all of that coding and everything? How did you learn that? Did you go to a college, or did you just YouTube it, or did you buy a course?
I bought a course online. It was I had to go to class to this institute, and I also through YouTube and Udemy and platforms like that. So yeah, it was like 2 years like geeking on coding. What can I do? I created many websites, games for iOS and Android. It was
Cool.
finding my way because I knew the end goal. That it was like I want to be in my home, work from my home. I want to make an income online. It doesn't have to be my primary income, but I want to taste what that feels like. So I started to do some freelance work on freelancer.com. And I got paid. So at some point, I realized that I didn't want to do that anymore. So I started to look around. And when you type in YouTube, like how to make money online, I was making like a little bit of money, and I came across dropshipping. So obviously I geek around that because I'm like that when I find something that gets me interested. So I learned about that.
Yep.
And I realized that it wasn't like what I wanted to do really quickly because I didn't want to, I had to do all this research, product research, I needed tools, I needed Shopify, and all this. I came to a conclusion that because of the country I'm in, the currency is different. Obviously, $1 it's like $100, 100 pesos here in Argentina, so it's a lot of money. And I needed all these tools. I needed to invest in ads, and I needed so many things that at that point in my life I couldn't afford. So then I came across Nathan Lucas's YouTube channel. And one video said, "Oh, I made like $1 million with this program." It was not about the money, but it was the business model. The business model caught my attention, and it was affiliate marketing. So, and in almost every video that he has on YouTube, he has this link on the description. So I clicked on it. I watched Dave's presentation, and it really, to be honest, didn't call my attention the first time that I saw it.
Yeah.
I went the other route. I bought a really expensive course on affiliate marketing. It was not like really expensive, but for me, it was expensive. You have to realize that while all this is happening, I live in a third world country with the currency is different.
Right.
So I bought that course, and it was awesome. It really taught me a lot, but it taught me the steps. Okay, now you need this. Now you need a website, hosting service, and all that. You need to create content on this. Okay, those are the steps. Those are the things that I need to do. But what are the core principles? Because I knew that at some point I need to tell my story, and this course wasn't telling me how to do that, how to connect with people, how to relate to someone that needs what I'm offering, And then I went back to Legendary, and I rewatched the Dave's presentation, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this, and I was sold from
all right,
day one.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'll
yeah, absolutely. And then it was like, and it wasn't too long ago. It was like August last year, like 7 months ago. And I went through the training. Like I said, again, third world country, currency, all that sucks. So I find my way to like bootstrap everything. But that's not the most important thing. Those are tools. Your message is what is going to come across through your content. So that's what I love about what you guys teach on the 15-day business builder challenge. How I know that I call this call like bootstrapping your affiliate marketing journey, but It's more like who you become through the journey.
Mm.
Who you. I told this to Sammy. Sammy's another affiliate that is having success right now. On one of my lives on TikTok. I said, she asked me something like how can I relate to someone with my content, something like that. And I told her, be the person that you wanted by your side when you just got started.
Wow. That's big.
That's what I needed back when I got started on affiliate marketing with affiliate marketing. I needed someone that tell me that, okay, you have this tool, you have this tool, you have this tool. Well, wait, who you want to reach, why, what's your story, how can you apply what you learn, twist it, make it your own, and share it.
Yep.
So that's very, very powerful. And I think there is power on being no one on the market.
Yeah.
When you are no one, you can try a bunch of different things, like throw shit to the wall and see what it sticks. But you have that ability. When you're no one, there's power there. That's what I can say.
Yeah. Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful. People generally think the opposite is true with that. What, especially that last thing you said there. There's a lot of golden nuggets from that, but that last piece about, there's power in being a beginner. There's power in just getting started, because most people, they flip that on its head and they say, I have no power. I have no leverage. I have no list. I have no following, right? But nowadays that doesn't even really matter, because you can get on a platform like TikTok or something and just explode, So, wow, that's really powerful stuff there. I have to admit, before we got on and you were like, I'm nervous. I can't tell. And I don't think anybody else could tell. I'm impressed. So when you got online, so now with where you're at today, when you got online, did you envision sort of maybe this turning into a full-time thing, or is this going to sort of more fund your, because I mean, you have I don't know if I would say obsessive, but you call it a geeky, right? Like a geek, you like to geek out over stuff. And I have the same thing. Like when I get down that rabbit hole and I am, super deep into something, I mean, it's crazy just how obsessed I become, which can be bad at times. But if it's something around, if you can do that with things around sort of like generating income or starting businesses, that's a huge advantage, right? So for your sake, I mean, my guess is when you started creating all of those video games and stuff, you probably didn't even sleep that much because you were just so excited to do it all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've been there so many times, and it's such a fun, like, you're just so immersed in it, and there's so many different problems. It's interesting to me because I wonder, um, you know, sometimes there's a balance there of having somebody to guide you versus not, because I know for a lot of my problems and my main struggles getting websites set up and setting up payment processors and all this stuff and having to do some coding, and I didn't know how to code. I was just Google searching everything. I didn't even know what it was called. I didn't even know it was called coding. I was just I was typing into Google, how do I move things on my website?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most people don't realize, like, a gaming coder like that, like, that's what it is. I mean, it's Googling and YouTubing nonstop. Like, it's patching things together and learning on the fly. And I think it's a liberating thing to hear successful people say that, because when they say that, it normalizes their experience of not knowing what to call stuff and Google searching everything. And what it does is it makes you feel like a fraud, and it gives you imposter syndrome. Sometimes it gave me imposter syndrome, because I would always feel like I'm fake, I'm a false, I should know how to do this. The real people know how to do this, but that's just not entrepreneurship. Would you
No,
agree?
not at all. Yeah, absolutely. I spent when I was coding, like coding, it's a really, really, really hard thing to do if you don't have the background on, on I don't know how to say it on English. I don't know. If you don't have that techie thing
Yeah.
background, if you've never studied that on college, it's complicated.
Yep.
But when you, I know what you say, but because I spent sleepless nights, my wife said, "Okay, where are you going to bed?" One thing, it's just one more line of code, and that line of code broke everything. So I have
Yep.
to redo it again, and I never want to sleep. But yeah, it can be being so obsessed with something. It can really help you when you have your focus on the right things.
Yeah.
Um, at one point, I was obsessed with getting healthier and going to the gym. I geeked out all about how to grow muscle and all these gym plans like workouts. I don't know how to say it. So when your mind is set into the right things, that's good.
Hmm.
Uh, but you have to like balance your obsession to get things done with your real life.
Yep.
Because when you have a family, because in my case, I have family, I have a kid and a wife. I have to balance those things, but
Yeah.
I
You
can't
can't
I
lock
can't
yourself in
wait.
the. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to go through the weekend. I want Monday again because I know that when my wife hears this, I know what she's going to say, but
Yep.
I can't wait to get to Monday and work again. And I've never felt this with the other things that I was doing, like programming, learning how to code, making games, testing, whatever. I never felt this with doing that. So
Yep.
I
Makes
think
sense.
that's a good sign that this is going to be for a really long time. I'm going to be in this industry for a really long time, and I actually that's one of my core principles because nowadays I have when someone reached out to me on TikTok or Facebook and said, "Hey, when did you get your first commission after going through the training?" That's not how you should think about money, about affiliate marketing. That's not the right path. Start thinking that you're you're in it for a long run. Because when
Mm,
you think about that, you think it that way, it doesn't matter. It makes it like you're not desperate for the first commission. You are just putting yourself out there, putting your content out there, and everything will land in the right place when you are not obsessed with your first commission. I know I was obsessed with my first commission because I really needed the money, but when I got my first commission was like uh, I don't know, like $40. It was a good commission because I was doing some other things before legendary. Um, but yeah, don't be obsessed with getting the money right now. Think about it like you're starting this journey, and it's a journey. It's a really long journey, and if you see it that way, you are going to have success. Don't start affiliate marketing or any kind of online business thinking about money the first as the main thing. It's a journey, and
yep.
it's who you become on the journey.
Yep.
I know I was a very different person when I got started uh, than the person that I am right now.
Yep.
When you know that the end goal is not the money, you look forward and you start working.
Yep.
And doesn't matter how long it takes.
I love it. I can't say it better. Um, but I do just want to reiterate. I mean, typically what I tell people when they're really strapped and they're low on cash and they go to um they go to let's say that they go to affiliate marketing, right? Because they're like, I need some extra income. What I usually tell people is and they hate me for it, but it's real. I say, um, you need to fix your cash flow problem elsewhere, and you need to
Yeah,
approach business not because you are desperate for money.
yeah, absolutely.
99.999% of times that doesn't work out. And usually it doesn't work out because the reason people got in that situation to start with has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with bad decision making and
Yeah,
self-sabotaging habits and um, lack of financial uh, knowledge and skills, right? And so I tell people, like, the first thing you should do is go get a part-time job and make sure that your bills can get paid. And if you can get a part-time job that's going to get you extra money for advertising and software, then at least you can give yourself a 60, 90-day runway where you're not just strapped for cash and stressed out all day, because this isn't going to be free. No business is free. You've got
yeah,
to set some things up. You've got to pay for some hosting. You've got to, you know, so I think that message is really important. I think that, if I could go back to old me, because I've been that person. The reason I say that is because I've been that person. And if I could go back to old me, it would definitely say, look, take a little bit of time, get a second job, as bad as that sounds, because our industry, this online place really, hates on jobs. But the reality is if they can fund something you're excited about, you should never hate it. Maybe
yeah.
you feel a discomfort with it if you don't want to do it forever. But I just think what you said there is really important. So thanks for saying that. Um, in terms of and we can kind of bring this in for a landing here, but in terms of people watching this, and I can tell that you have a teacher's heart at heart. I can tell that because I can sense that you love the live moments. My guess is you probably go live a lot,
Yeah,
or frequently. What would you say to somebody who's just sort of being introduced to this online space, and maybe they're hesitant because of us, or maybe they're hesitant because of themselves, right? Or who knows? I mean, people have all of these different sort of hangups and struggles, and um, somebody just logged into day one of the challenge. What would you say to them?
I would say that you have to take everything one step at a time.
Mhm.
Don't, it's 15 days, but think about it as it's a year, you know, give it 1 year. It's 15 days. The training is 15 days. You're going to learn about a lot about your marketing, how to market, uh, but give it 1 year, because if you
Mhm.
start the 15-day business builder challenge thinking that it's only 15 days, you'll just ask for a refund, because it's not like that. Think about the long-term vision. Have a vision of you. Do you see yourself doing this? Mm, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years from now. Give it 1 year. And when you say that to people, they don't like that.
Nope.
They no, absolutely not. I remember one guy. He already purchased the program and said, "Okay, when I'm making money, I have my landing pages. Okay, are you creating content? No, but it's 15 days. No, just go ahead and ask for a refund, because it's not like that.
Sure.
You have you need to have that vision of you
Mhm.
doing this for a really, really long time. If not, you
Yes.
are thinking about money, making money really quickly. You lose from the get go.
Bingo.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
will.
And I see myself doing this for a really long time. My
Cool.
2021 goal is to have that 10K goal thingy hanging
Yeah.
in my wall, and my YouTube channel monetized. That's what I aim in.
That's it.
Yeah,
You
I
can have
know
that by
that.
like
Hey,
March, dude.
Yeah, AJ told me that when AJ Rants, when I told him, okay, my goals are the gold rank and the YouTube. Man, you have to aim higher.
I love it.
You're going to make that.
So
But yeah, those are my
one thing that's always helpful. I had a good mentor kind of teach me this a long time ago. So I would encourage you to set also a stretch goal. So have an initial goal, and then here's a really cool thing: is set a stretch goal that feels like, whew, like I'm biting off a little more than I can chew, but actually write it down and attach it to some reward, right? So like in business, this is a great thing to do because like, let's say you have your 10K goal, but your stretch is 50, right? And
yeah.
If I get to 50, I know I'm gonna, that's a lot more than my initial goal, and you're going to reward yourself with something of value. Like,
Yeah.
don't drop 30 grand on a watch or something, but like, you know what I mean, like it will, or
Yeah.
maybe do, I mean, whatever you want to do is your life, but something like just a box of cigars, or like a bottle of really nice whiskey, or so, I don't know, something that's just like you can celebrate with it. It's sort of like a
Actually, I
celebratory
have
symbol.
something in mind. It's like a trip. It's
There
getting
you go.
married on the Bahamas or like that. That's my goal.
There you go.
So I can attach that to a number now.
Yeah, because then all right, I'm gonna have X amount of dollars, and I'm gonna attach this to this, and there's sort of this like you can really run for it, and the stretch goal is really helpful because you want to make your first goal realistic, and your first goal is super realistic.
Yeah.
And then make that other one a little bit, a number that feels like, oh man, if I hit that, like I will be so impressed with myself. And I think you'll
Yeah.
probably hit that one too. But all right,
Yeah. I
cool.
guess.
Well, I think that message to somebody who's getting started is, uh, but I would say literally the exact same thing. So I can't say it any better. Thank you for coming on here, and
Welcome.
go after that goal, man. And we're gonna reach out in a couple months. So be on the lookout for an email. We'll reach out in a couple months and just have you back on again, and see how things are
Great.
progressing, what you've learned. And yeah, thanks for being in our community. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys. And just on that point, you have an amazing community. I love every single one of the affiliates that I see on Legendary. They are great. AJ, I would love to name every single one of them, but I can't. But you have an amazing community. I really love what you have done here, because it's not like we are. The other day I was talking with Alex, such a lifestyle, and we were saying that it's not like we are on a competition. We're not competing with each other. We are just uplifting one another. So that is huge. Finding something like that, it's amazing, and that's why you're gonna see me around for a really, really long time.
It's awesome. That's exciting. Well, thanks for coming on. I love it. Thanks for the kind words about the community too. I agree.
You're welcome. Thank
All
you.
right.
I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. See ya. All right, guys. There you have it. Another edition, and just another hard working, on fire entrepreneur. Going all the way back to what he started with the social network. It's amazing how different people pull out different takeaways from that movie. And one takeaway that most people come away with is, oh, he's greedy, and oh, he's, there's so many negatives that I hear people mention with that I was just surprised to hear. There's a different neural pathway going on in his brain that was like, oh my gosh, I could create something from nothing. So, man, just really powerful. Thank you, Ignacio, for coming on. And thanks for everybody in the comments. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll be back here tomorrow. Dave's here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you'd like, you can text the number on the screen. It's right here. You text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553. and we send out a short little text message every single time that we go live. So 813-296-8553. Every morning, Monday through Friday, we'll send you a little text message right as we're hitting go live. So you can just easily tap the link in your text messages and you'll get that. So, all right, guys, we'll be back here. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Hey, Colin, good to see you. What's up, King? Have a great rest of your Monday, and let's go